Well,
what a great start. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my weekly meltdown. Tonight, I am leading a draft for us to all discuss the 39th season of Survivor. So we have the draft board right up here that I've made. We have the cast that we'll pull up individually once we go through them. And we're going to do this snake style. So how that works is the first person goes first, and then second, third, fourth, and then the fourth person will pick again. So they'll pick the fifth pick, and then it goes back around third, second, first. First goes twice, and back around. So does everybody get that?
Yeah.
It's so fucking complicated.
I know, right?
This is the most fair way to do a draft because if we just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the first place or first pick, I feel like gets the best pick of the litter here. So since Allison picked the order for last time, I'm going to
such a crock, but go ahead.
I'm going to do the honors of picking the order for the draft here. So I'm going to make myself first. I will put Andrew second. I will put Kim third, and I will put Allison fourth.
Oh, wait. What's with putting the two guys first and second? You guys suck.
What's with putting the guests second and third, which are the worst two positions in the draft?
I don't think so. I think the middle two get the best picks because they don't have to wait a long time to get a pick. No matter what.
I'm last.
No. Oh my God, Tyler, you suck at this.
Allison, I'll trade you positions.
Nope, let's just do it. That's fine.
I really don't care what order we go in as long as I'm first because I feel very strongly about the first pick.
I wish we were in order.
Oh my God.
On the thing. Okay, anyway.
If you take my person with your first pick, I'm going to be pissed.
All right. So to not bury the lead a little bit here, but my first pick, I told Allison earlier that I gave everybody a ranking of 1 through 10, and this person is the only 10 that I have for everybody. I feel very, very strongly about this person, and this person is Chelsea Walker. So Chelsea is my first pick. She's a huge fan of Survivor. She's been auditioning for, I think she said 6 years now. And I looked at her Instagram, and it shows a picture of her at the season 30 finale, and she's like doing like the challenges at the finale and everything. Like she's a really big, passionate fan of the show, which is always a big plus for me. She's a digital content creator. She lives in LA, but she's originally from New Jersey. Of course, she's a sporty gal as well. You know, she loves soccer. She loves I think she played like volleyball or something as well, but she was on Philadelphia sports teams. And she describes herself as driven, competitive, and scrappy. And I feel like scrappy is a really great word to get you far in Survivor. She says that she's most like Parvati and Kelly Wentworth. She takes Parvati's social game and ability to flirt to get ahead, and she takes the sneaky from Kelly Wentworth. So I think that's a great combination there. And she thinks she'll win Survivor because she's been underestimated her entire life. And the second you tell her she can't do something, she's going to do her damnedest to prove everyone wrong. I just think she really has the scrap, and I think that she's going to do very, very well. She's young, she's beautiful, but she's not like young to the point of like naive young. Like she's 26, so she's got some life experience with her. I just don't see any scenario where Chelsea Walker is voted out first, and I really have high hopes for her. So that's my first pick.
I'm getting real bad feedback in my ears.
Is it from me?
Does anybody else hear it?
I think it might be from you, Kim.
Kim, do you have headphones? Any chance? I'm sorry.
It's probably because I'm on my phone because I've got no internet connection.
But you look beautiful.
But I want to say something about Chelsea Walker.
Sure.
One of the inspirations in her life is Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm, one of the co-creators of Seinfeld.
I've never seen Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I know who that is. And
I freaking love him.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see any negatives to her. And it's been 4 years since we've had a female winner, correct? I think Sarah Lucina was the last winner, a female winner that we had. So I'm all in on Chelsea. I think she has what it takes to be not only a Survivor winner, but a really great Survivor winner at that.
I will say that that was my first pick.
Yes.
Chelsea was my first pick, and so I do agree. I from what I've seen and from what I've found, she loves the show. She's a fan of the show. I think she's going to play. I also typically tend to lean towards attractive females, and she is that.
Mhm.
And so that worked out for her favor. I liked her. Sorry, let me check. It's not my wife. It's not. We're good.
Okay.
Andrew's on baby alert.
We're on Baby Watch 2019.
Baby Watch. And Tyler, I also picked up on the word scrappy. That was the thing I really, really liked about her. So I agree. I think she's got in-game potential. I will say, and I don't know if I'm ready to, I'll let y'all keep talking and then I'll make my pitch when I'm ready to pick.
I think, well, do you, Allison, Kim, do you guys have anything to say about Chelsea?
I said all I had to say.
No, I think she's a good first pick. I don't think she's going to win the game. No.
Alrighty. Well, next we have Andrew to go. So, Andrew, go ahead and give us your first pick.
With the second pick of the My Weekly Meltdown draft, I am going to go along with Tyler agreeing that it is going to be the year of the women.
I hope so.
I think this is a women-strong
Oh,
cast.
you
I am
bitch.
going to pick Nora Salman.
Okay, interesting.
Here's what I like. I like that she's a little older, but she still has that seems like a very athletic person that comes in here. I like the ambitious. I like the passionate. Anybody that can bring passion to the game, passion to the island, I think is always going to do well. I believe Survivor is always a game of how bad do you want it.
Mm-hmm.
I love someone that I'm a sucker for a mom. So the fact that her mom is her inspiration in her life, and the fact that she compares herself to Malcolm, again, that brings out that competitive side as far as that. And so I am picking Nora, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I think you are.
Yeah.
I think so.
I gotta say, I was not crazy about Nora. I'm really sensitive to some like millennial hype words, and I feel like entrepreneur is one of them. Like, what does that really mean? Are you really an entrepreneur at 36 years old? I think that she's she claims that she's like started like all these businesses, but starting all these businesses is not really the key of a successful person. Running a successful business is something different. And I don't know. She just seems like she seems like one of those multi-level marketing people, like an MLM scammer. Like, I feel like she's gonna sell me like Beachbody on Demand or essential oils.
No. She's totally Mary Kay. 100% Mary Kay Cosmetics.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like that is this person. But you love those people when then they're not trying to sell you. Well, they're not trying to sell you shit. They're the life of the party. They're the middle of the interesting. I also think of Allison when I read her pet peeves, the fact that she's a people lacking personal hygiene. And I cannot stand or be friends with people who are selfish, self-absorbed, or stingy. And the fact that she used the word stingy, like, what does it mean to be stingy?
Maybe she
Stingy.
meant
Stingy.
stingy.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, she's not into stingy people, but stingy people really bother her.
Oh my God.
Andrew,
I was right there with you. I'm sitting there going, what is stingy mean?
Me and Kim can be the brains of the operation tonight.
we're here for you. We'll explain it to you, won't we, Tyler?
What is she gonna do? Stuck on an island with people who lack personal hygiene. That was one of my things. I was like, you're going on Survivor. You're gonna see pit hair, crotch hair. You're gonna see all kinds of hair and dirt, and you're gonna get it in there. It's gonna be nasty.
There's going to be aqua dumping going on.
There's going to be floaters. You're going to be having a serious conversation, and there's going to be a floater going past you while you're trying to, conspire.
Out in the lagoon.
Yeah.
Well, she describes herself as the nerd, the jock, the model with brains, brawn, and beauty. So I don't know. I think that this person really thinks highly of herself. And of course we have Mars saying Allison's the real entrepreneur. Couldn't have said it any better myself, given the first thoughts that I had about that word. So,
Look at you.
So next we have Kim. So go ahead, Kim. Give us your first pick.
I'm also going with a girl. I'm
Okay.
debating
Oh, you're
between two of them.
Oh, you're gonna go with my second pick. I know it.
I'm debating between two of them, and one of them, you know what? I'm gonna do it just because, having been in the Air Force,
Ah,
I feel like I've got to put
is it
this other
Missy?
one. I'm thinking Missy, but dang, I don't know.
Go with Missy.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing Missy Bird.
Yeah, you can take Missy. I don't really.
I'm good with that.
I don't want any part of that. So, Kim, tell us why you picked Missy first.
Number one, because she just got out of the Air Force, like just got out. I think she's going to be less emotional than like a Michaela,
Okay.
but from a competition perspective, I think she's going to bring that female strength that they tend to be lacking at the beginning of a game, and is going to find her footing by the time they get to merge. I think she's going to be super strong. And one of her descriptive words was relentless. The girl is not going to give up on anything. She's young enough to be a force to be reckoned with. God, she's young though. But I think she could be really a powerhouse.
Her pet peeves are annoying human beings. I was like,
Yes.
oh, so good.
My issue is, why do you think you'll survive Survivor? Beyonce
What do
wrote a
you mean?
song about surviving, so I have to honor Queen Bee.
Okay, yeah, I did not see that.
Well, I was not a big fan of that answer at all. Then again, I wasn't actually a big fan of a lot of her answers, but her video, I was like, I feel like she's going to be a powerhouse. I feel like she's got inspiration behind her.
Sure.
And it just happens to be Beyonce. Get over it.
Well, one point in her favor I do want to say is she said the Survivor contestant she's most like is Kim Spradlin, who is the best single player winner we've ever had in Survivor. Andrew, I will fight you on that if you disagree. But
she is one of my favorite. And just the fact, she didn't even say the last name. She just said Kim.
Yeah. But,
hello.
Well, obviously she meant Kim, the winner of season 2 of Sequester. But
that's what I thought.
Yeah. Allison, any thoughts about Missy or Andrew?
I just love her pet peeves, but I didn't see that last line about okay. Well,
it's the Queen Bee. I can't do it. I just can't get behind it. I feel like she's going to. I have the opposite effect of what Kim thinks this is going to do. I think she's going to be abrasive in your face like a Michaela. I think she's going to piss people off, and I think she's going to be a pre-merge boot.
Yeah.
You're a pain in my ass.
Best case scenario, she could be like Sydney from Co Wrong.
Oh, one of the most underrated players. I love Cindy. Sorry,
totally agree, but we'll never see her again. Unfortunately.
But to comment on Kim, I'm a pain in your ass because I love your ass.
I know, whatever.
Wow.
Kim's
whatever.
Whoops! I put Missy in Allison's. There we go. Okay, so it is Allison's turn. So go ahead and give us your first pick, Allison.
My first pick is Dean Kowalski.
Kowalski.
Yeah.
Okay.
English is the second. Sorry,
Good-
that was
good pick.
stingy of me. I like, look, his hobbies are basketball, crafts, and DJing. What a combination. Okay, because when you think of a man that does crafts, you think this guy moonlights as a DJ. I feel it. I really feel it. No, but seriously, I like the words to describe him: jovial, observant, and likable. I kind of feel that way about myself. His pet peeves really sold me. People honking in dead stop traffic. If you want to trigger me in bumper to bumper traffic, freaking honk at me. I dare you. Okay. you just watch my sequester audition video that I sent in 4 years ago. I'm just okay. People from the back. Well, I don't know anything about it. I haven't been on an airplane 15 years. Dirty dishes being left out in the sink for long periods of time. I love that. Let's see what else. What is this?
Can we talk about his problem?
What is his problem? What are you talking about? Where?
That Wendell is the Survivor contestant. He's
shush. That was the other thing. I picked Wendell in that season as my number one, and he won. Don't apologize to me. That's the only damn thing I've ever won. And he won, and I liked that. What is your primary motivation for being on Survivor? I crave new challenges, experience, and it's the most uniquely strategic game ever. I have to disagree. Sequester's a little, but I'm just saying. Somebody's getting weather alerts.
No, it's me. We're still no baby. Still no baby.
Still no baby.
Okay.
Jeez.
So Allison, I think this is a really good pick. I had him 9 out of 10 in terms
Hold on a second. I didn't. You went out. I didn't hear you. You went out. What was that, Tyler?
Allison, I will finally agree with you on something because you made the right decision, or you made the same decision as me. That's why you're right. So his profile is basically exactly the same as Chris Underwood's last year. Like he's young, he's good looking, he has sales experience.
Like we didn't say that name in this draft.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm getting triggered to last season.
Everybody breathe. Everybody breathe.
We'll get through this together. But no, so there's actually a few people in this season who are living in New York City. So I feel like he has the New York City connection. There's also a few people that have teaching experience, and he's one of them. So I feel like he has a few different routes to alliances if he's struggling with that, which he won't because he's young, he's good looking. I'm sure he's going to be a provider for the camp. I'm sure he's going to dominate some in physical challenges as well. Same thing as what's her name, Chelsea. I don't really see a situation where Dean is going out pre-merge. I think that he has what it takes to really get far in this game.
And what you don't realize, talking about those connections, those alliances, is he actually dated Chelsea Walker's sister for 7 years.
Oh, really? Oh.
Oh,
I have Volvo written on my forehead.
Oh my God, Tyler, so naive.
I thought I was the Jess tonight from BB21.
Listen, I have a lot to keep track of here.
That's very Annalise of you.
I know, right?
Tyler, I shouldn't have gone there.
No, it's okay. It's we were talking about triggering things like Chris Underwood, so it's only as fitting to talk about triggering casting mistakes. But
this is when I was doing my list, and I texted Tyler and I said, "Man, they really do have a prototype, like a role to fill for every person on this show."
Yeah.
And I just sat back and I just looked at the cast and I zeroed in on him, and he was my first pick without reading anything. And then I started reading and I was like, okay, I made the right decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Allison, you have the next pick. So go ahead and give us your number 2.
Oh, let me give you, I would love to give you a number 2, Tyler. That's like a dream of mine.
I don't know if your IBS is like flaring up again.
It's getting bad. It's been flaring up today. My number 2 pick is Ronnie Barda from Brocktown, Pennsylvania.
I hate you right now.
Listen, it's pet peeves. When people try to enter my elevator just as I'm trying to exit, you just hate those people for no reason. I can relate. Also, watching someone misplay a hidden immunity idol makes me nuts. I can completely identify. And the words to describe him: resilient, analytical, and savvy. I like that. Plus, my sister lives in Hendersonville, Nevada, so I kind of got to throw them a little. And the fact that he plays music. Okay, well, his hobbies. Let's look at his hobbies. He's kickboxing, he's beatboxing, and he's hiking. Because when you look at a kickboxer and someone who's hiking, you immediately go, I bet that guy beatboxes. I bet he beatboxes in his car, in the shower. I bet I bet he moonlights as a DJ. That's all I could think. And he's it's like, what is one thing that people don't know about you from looking at your picture? That I'm musically inclined. Being a beatboxer doesn't make you musically inclined.
Oh, I totally disagree. I was in a cappella in college, and that really takes skill.
Saturday night, I made trumpet sounds with my asshole. That doesn't make me
musically
freaking musician.
I respectfully disagree, but Kim, why were you mad that Allison took this pick? Did you have your eyes on him as well?
I totally had my eyes on him. He was one of my top picks.
Yeah, and he's a poker player too. That was the other thing.
He's a poker player.
Yeah.
He's slick. He came from a rough Boston neighborhood. Mm-hmm. He's a first-generation immigrant. And I think he's going to do really well. He was right there at the top of my list.
He was on mine too. He was.
Not because he makes trumpet sounds out of his ass or anything, but
he holds the world record for most consecutive cashes in the World Series of Poker main event. I think that's pretty impressive. My fear about Ronnie is that I feel like he might overplay a little bit, like try too hard to strategize and make big moves instead of just sitting back and realizing like a good position that he could find himself in. You know, traditionally poker players do a lot better on Big Brother than they do for Survivor for whatever reason. So I'm curious to see how he'll play out, but I wasn't as high on him as you guys are.
So here's where I agree with you, Tyler. I do think that he's going to have that kind of overactive play, and he's going to be very, very aggressive. But I think that's where Idol of the Idols kind of comes into play on this for me. If he can get with Boston Rob, and Boston Rob can help him tone that down a little bit, I think that would pay off. So, I mean, I'm taking that into consideration as we're looking forward also.
Sure. I mean, he does mention Boston Rob as a contestant that he thinks that he's like impeccable timing of making big moves and sniffing out when people are up to something. So we'll see. And of course, like any poker player is like a professional poker player is going to be a good reader. So, you know, at the least, I feel like we'll have some really perceptive confessionals from him about where the camp dynamics are and stuff. So we'll see how he does. Next we have Kim. So go ahead and make your next
I'm so
pick.
nervous, Kim. I'm so nervous.
Did you have something to say, Allison?
No, I was just saying, just because you can make trumpet noises out of your asshole doesn't make you Duke Ellington.
Yeah, that's Allison's contribution.
That's my contribution.
Okay. Well, speaking of trumpet noises,
oh boy,
my pick is Jamal.
Okay.
Because
that's a really good pick, Kim.
Because Jamal played the trumpet in orchestra. So I think Jamal is, number one, he's intimidating looking. He's a big guy, but I don't necessarily think that's going to put a target on him anytime soon because they need that. They need that strength. He's got to be incredibly patient because he is in the education. He coaches basketball. He admissions counselor, K through 12. He is also, he takes West African and salsa dance lessons. Jeez. Now, that was something that stood out to me because that's like football players taking ballet to improve coordination, timing, things like that. So I saw those dance lessons and I'm like, oh, Jamal, you're going to be walking that tightrope like that. Even though he's a big guy, I think he's going to do it. I also think by being an educator and working with admissions, that he is going to be able to build relationships with people and read them very easily. He's determining who gets in, and I'm sorry, but the cute kid with the snotty parents, their chances of being admitted go down. Remember that always, Andrew. And you want people that are cooperative. So he's, I think, going to have a really good read.
I mean, plus, Kim, if Felicity Huffman's your mom, that's a different scenario.
Whoa!
Well, that's a whole
Zing.
Exactly. And then the Survivor contestant that he feels he's most like, I love how he rounded things out here because he's like Jeremy, Wendell, Sarah, and Christian. That those are all ones that, now think about it. If you combine those 4 people together, the brains, the education, Sarah's kind of a beast. Wendell, Jeremy, yeah. I think that he could kind of encompass that whole package.
So I think that this is a really great pick, Kim. Jamal reminds me if he gets his teeth sunk into like a really good group of people, I think that he reminds me of Anthony from Big Brother Canada 7 in terms of like what he can do in this game. Yeah. What I had in my notes is he's very much so a Renaissance man. You know, he's like you said, he's that football player who says that he's done plays. He was in a cappella in high school. I feel like he's going to be able to relate to anybody he's having a conversation with because he is just so he's a jack of all trades. And he says that he's like really been intensely studying this game. 3 words to describe him: balanced, inquisitive, and present. Those are really, really great terms to describe a really great Survivor player. So I'm really high on Jamal as well. Yeah,
I really like him. He was the one I was going to take in the first round, and I was like, no, I'm going to go ahead and take a girl. I'm going to take a girl. Thank you, Allison, for not picking my pick.
You're welcome.
Andrew, Allison, what do you guys think about Jamal?
No problems. I think he's going to be an interesting player. I think he's going to be the admissions counselor. I don't dive into giving him as much credit for that as Kim necessarily does. That's
because your baby's not here yet.
Anybody that can but no, because like admissions for K through 12, like here, like you don't have to be admitted for K through 12 unless I don't get it. That's fine.
He doesn't say whether it's a private school or it could be a parochial school. We don't know. They don't do admissions on public schools.
I don't hate him. I know. I don't hate him. I like him. He's a kind of a middle of the packer for me.
Sure.
Listen, here's the thing. His pet peeve: I hate bugs that insist on leaving behind itchy, painful bumps. Here we go again. What do you think's going to happen on Survivor?
That's not the best part. I don't mind sharing my blood with you, but why the discomfort?
Yeah, it's rude.
It's pretty rude if you ask me.
It's rude if you ask me.
Okay, I know. I read that part too, and I thought, I think he was being humorous there.
Yeah, I think some of them are trying to be funny.
I don't think it was for real. He understands he's going to be in the jungle, so yeah.
Alrighty. Well, next we have Andrew. So Andrew, give us your second pick.
I think everybody's going to disagree with me on this one. I wanted to pick her first, but I didn't think anyone else would, so I've saved her. I am going with another female, and with the second pick of the My Weekly Meltdowns draft.
Don't do it.
I will be taking Kelly Kim.
Okay.
All right, so give us your pitch. Why is Kelly Kim the next winner of Survivor?
Several reasons. Okay, one, let's look. Harvard. That strikes my mind right from the beginning. Not only Harvard, but a Harvard soccer player. So I think NBA student, and I think soccer. Also, if you look to hobbies, you see Settlers of Catan. I don't know if y'all know a lot about that, but it is a strategy building board game. So the fact that that's a hobby of hers, along with skiing and soccer, I really like that. I also agree with her pet peeve. Anybody who wakes me up, bam. I know I'm about to have a child. And another thing, and this is one of my favorite. Kelly Wentworth. I'm gonna come back to that other one. Kelly Wentworth, one of my favorite players. So the fact that she's there, she's saying the athletic, she gets along with people. My pain tolerance is high, and I love to make difficult things fun. With a pinch of luck and a good meat shield, I'll win. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm going with Kelly Kim. When we look at her profile, there's very little. She doesn't divulge. I'm struggling with English.
We're on a stingy roll tonight.
Is she stingy?
A bunch of information. I think she's going to be silent, but I think she's going to be deadly. I also like that she has an issue with white creamy things. She hates mayo. She hates whipped cream, vanilla frosting, and sour cream.
Man, where's Deb when you need her? Deb, we love you.
I have a problem with someone who doesn't like condiments. Like, I love me some mayonnaise. So that kind of got me.
Yeah.
But I love it when she was saying people who wake me up while I'm sleeping or try to talk to me while I'm falling asleep.
So Tyler, I know that the meat shield thing. I mean, yes, that's not maybe always the most looked at way to play, find a meat shield and hide, but it is a successful way that many people have played. And so the fact that she's picking that up and seeing that through her profile, I see it's consistent. I think she's going to be a late runner.
Oh, Andrew, like you'll get no arguments from me here. I mean, I think the meat shield strategy is a very good one. You don't have to play the flashiest game to play the best game. Look at Sarah Alessina as a really good example of that. She kept what's his name? Brad Culpepper in the game for a long time, and she really made sure she kept Marie in there for a long time. Just these bigger players, quote unquote, and it really got her in a really good position. And I feel like Kelly Kim could easily do the same. And I'll ask Kim what she thinks before she dies of a coughing fit here.
I've been sick for like 4 days. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
okay.
I told Allison over the weekend I was sick. So
we'll feel better.
Just get off when Tyler talks. It's fine.
Yes.
Okay. She's not. I don't know where the mute button is because I'm on my phone.
That's
I don't know
okay.
where the fuck
Don't worry about
is
it.
at.
I can mute
Anyway.
you. I see you going in.
Okay, thank you. Wait, hold on.
Oh, now you're
Okay, I see where the mute button is.
Okay.
Okay, so now when I'm dying, I will just mute and go off camera for you. She was not high on my list. I don't think she's motivated. Watching her video, she did not have a personality that I felt like people would be drawn to.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's she just wasn't up there for me.
And when I pick her, she is a dark horse for me. Like, I don't think she's going to be an instant front runner. I don't think she's going to be somebody that's there. I think she's going to be somebody that kind of exists and then makes her move.
Sure. Allison, what do you think about Kelly Kim?
Oh, I thought it was her pet peeve is people talking to her while she's trying to sleep. Captain Obvious does that to me all the time. I just didn't think much about her. I mean, sorry, I don't really have an opinion.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see. But Andrew, I definitely agree that she could be one to look out for. Anybody that knows enough about the game to understand the effectiveness of a meat shield, I think that's definitely something to look out for.
I feel like she's someone that will go out with an idol used.
I could see that happening.
She could very easily get idled out.
Yeah, I smell it.
All right. So I have the next two picks. So my first one is going to be Jason. He is a personal injury lawyer from New York City, and he's currently living in New York City as well. He's 32, so he's in that kind of prime age to win and do well in Survivor. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Rob Cesternino in terms of like he's that strategist, but he still has the charisma and the humor. Like he mentions why he thinks he'll win Survivor. He mentions that he's going to use self-deprecation. He has a deep and fundamental understanding of human communication. And he understands that like that ultimately is Survivor. It's not surviving the wilderness. It's not winning challenges. It's about, he says Survivor is a relationship-based game. And I really, really enjoyed that answer. He says that he's a mix of Stephen Fishbach, Adam Klein, Cochran, Rob Cesternino, and weirdly a little Tony Vlachos. Buckle up, baby. It's going to be a wild ride, he says. And he's married as well. We have a lot of people this season who are married or married and have kids. This is a little bit older of a cast, and I think that this is going to bode well for Jason. There's also another personal injury lawyer on the season, and so if worse comes to worse, like he has like a connection there with somebody as well. Jeff Probst said that that's just merely coincidence that they're the same type of lawyer. But
yeah,
I don't
sure,
know.
they probably freaking know each other.
We'll
They
see.
probably dated each other's wives for 7 years.
Their dogs had sex in the park together last week.
Probably.
Yeah.
Weird things do happen in Central Park. But no, I really like Jason's chances. I think at his best, he will be a Rob Cesternino type of character. And if that's the case, I am all here for it. What do you guys think about Jason?
I really liked him. He was my damn pick. I hate you.
He was one of my top men.
Yeah.
He would have been my
and
next
I hate you too. He was my next pick. And this is why it's totally pissing me off that the host of this has back-to-back picks, because I have the feeling you're going to take my other one right now.
Ooh, I'm afraid about that too.
Listen, I had to wait for 6 picks to be taken before I had my next choice. So you guys could have swept this person up.
I was afraid you were going to go for my Kelly Kim.
All right.
Huh?
Wait, what'd you say, Andrew?
I said I was afraid you were going to go for my Kelly Kim.
Oh, no. She's a risky pick for me. No. So, do you guys have any other thoughts about Jason before we move on?
No, just move on.
She's like, no.
Just move on.
I just want to know where you're going next.
All right. So, Kelly Kim is a risky pick, but I'm going to pick this next person because I think they're a safe pick. So who I'm going next is Jack.
Damn it!
Oh, you can have that.
You can have him. He wasn't even in my top 10.
Yeah, fuck that.
So anybody that listens to Rob Has a Podcast, they do a podcast every season of Survivor called the Angie Con's Archetypes of Survivor. And the surfer dude type is one of the most average, placed characters out of all the character types. They always do well. They always make it far. He says that he's determined. He's a dreamer. He's social. The contestant he says he's most like is Devin Pinto. Devin just absolutely loves life and constantly radiates good vibes. He's always smiling, and so am I. I think that he's going to be really socially a good player, making connections with people. He's also into CrossFit as well, so he definitely is capable of winning these challenges once he is in the merge, and I don't think that he would be a pre-merge boot at all. I think that he's my quote-unquote safe pick. Do I think he will win? No, unless like a Fabio type situation happens, but he definitely will make it very far. So I'd rather roll the dice on that than somebody that I could see situations where they go pre-merge like Kelly Kim or Missy. What do you guys think about Jack?
Jack was the one I wanted next. He was going to be my next pick. When you look at hobbies and you see CrossFit, I always bring physical ability into Survivor. So when I say CrossFit as a hobby, I go that. He also likes a good musical, so I feel like he's very well-rounded in that regard. Again, a soccer player, so I feel like there's some different stuff that he can go on there. My only fear and what I didn't like is that he uses the word goat, and even though he does it to compare it to his mom, I just hate the word goat. So that makes me think of Tom Brady, and that makes me want to throw up.
I think that's a sign of his age, probably. I feel like the youngsters, they say that word a lot, right? The goat.
He's the same age as my son, and what gets it's like I don't even care. But people running in place at crosswalks and loud eating are two of his pet peeves.
I've never seen anybody running in place at crosswalks.
I do. I see that in New York all the time, and it bugs the fuck out of me.
It doesn't do anything to me. All I'm like is, okay, they got a good stride going, and you got to keep it going to get.
You got to keep the heart rate up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess they don't do that in D&D. I don't know.
One other thing that he said that I really, really like, and I think this is a sign of a good Survivor player, he said that he loves having serious, deep conversations with people. That is how you make those genuine connections in this game, and that's what gets you further, more than anything, in my opinion. So that is my pick. So next we have Andrew, if he's here.
Andrew's pulling a Deb. He's just freaking falling off the face of the earth, just walking off, not telling a shit.
Oop.
He had to either cough, pee, or check on Courtney.
Sorry, my wife called.
See?
Everything good?
Everything's good.
Okay, cool. So Andrew, you are next to pick, so go ahead.
With the third pick of the season 39 My Weekly Meltdown draft, I will be picking Vince Moi.
Okay, give us the Vince pitch.
All right, so cool. What, Kim?
Nothing. I just knocked over my phone. God, I'm so out of sorts.
Okay. First off, I'm gonna go straight to where he gets me the most. Which Survivor contestant are you most like? Vince is Vince. Like, I like that self-confidence. I like that awareness. But then he uses my main chick, Cherie Fields' his name, in there because she's humble, analytic, strategic, and inspirational. Natalie Anderson, and then he uses Sheehan. Anybody that can own up to being a huge Sheehan fan is a fan of mine.
Yes.
And then I just, when you look through all of here, I mean, he's been through tons of stuff. Like so many children of refugees, I'm here today because of my parents' sacrifice. The fact that he recognizes that. Pet peeves when people are flaky and don't follow through with their promises. Hunting for cool, unique crafts or cafes. I don't know. He's just got this quirkiness, but still kind of just attitude about him that I really like.
What do you guys think?
I feel like he's going to be I feel like he's going to be an easy vote out. I feel like they're going to need someone to vote, and they're just going to go with him. There won't be an idol used. There won't be anything. He would just be gone.
I just all need to agree on somebody, and therefore it's Vince.
Yes, and I think it's Vince. Just
I really see the Tai Trang trajectory for him. I could see him looking for idols out in the open, and everybody just being like, "What the hell is this kid doing?"
Yeah.
His parents have a really interesting story about escaping refugees in Thailand and escaping ethnic genocide, and that's really just like a really good rootable story. I feel like he's going to be edited to be somebody that America really falls in love with. I just hope that he can socially ingratiate himself with everybody else. You're right. He does mention Sheehan. He also mentions Cherie Fields and Natalie Anderson because she's loyal, innovative, and an overall boss. I like that word, innovative. I think that we'll see stuff from Vince that we might not have ever seen in a Survivor player for, so that's always exciting.
Okay.
All right, so next we have Kim. Go ahead and give us your next pick.
I am going to go with, him, but he's not one of my top picks, but I'm going with him anyway. And that's Aaron Meredith.
Damn you!
All right.
Hey,
so
I'm glad you picked him. You pissed off Allison.
Boy, did I.
This is my worst nightmare of a winner for Survivor, but go ahead, Kim. Give us the pitch on why Aaron could win the season.
I have the feeling Aaron's a douche.
Yes.
He's a gym owner. Very few people will actually use the word attractive to describe themselves.
Yes.
And he did. He said, I'm attractive, I'm intelligent, and I'm strong. It's like, and I'm looking at his picture going, I don't know about that. But he's got a haircut like Nick, kind of, sort of. I don't know. Anyway, he bothers me. So I do think he's a douche. But I think that, his dad was a cop. So he was probably raised with a lot of discipline. And is very protective, which I think is a great quality to have in Survivor. He's also a dad. He's a little bit older. He's 36. And so I think he's going to, even though he sounds like a douche on paper, I don't think he's going to be a total douche in real life because he's proud of his son and he's proud of his dad, and that's huge. He owns a gym now. So it doesn't say if it's a successful gym, but he once had kettle corn. He went fair to fair and sold kettle corn.
He was a carny.
He might have been 16 years old when he did that, though, or 17 or 20 or something. But maybe he was really, really good at that, and that's why he was able to afford his own gym now. I don't know. Yeah, he's a big fan of Ozzy.
Hold on.
What?
If kettle corn can get you a gym, I'm in the wrong damn business.
Let me tell you
No
something. I'm
shit.
about to go get some now.
I agree. So, I mean, obviously he was doing something right. Pet peeves, ignorance, ignorance, driving slow in the left lane.
Yep.
Which is like my biggest pet peeve ever in the history.
I'm glad y'all
Like-
don't live in Conroe, Texas.
I seriously want to run people. I can't even ride in the car with my mother because she immediately goes to the left lane. I'm like, why the fuck are you over here? We're not even exiting, Oh my God, she makes me crazy. It's like, Mom, you're doing 60. The speed limit's 65 and the traffic's doing 80. You're killing me. But so I get that. And you know what? He's coming in with a strong, when they asked him, why do you think you're going to win Survivor? It's like, he wants it. That's what he says. I want it. So I've got to give it to him.
He reminds me of Scott Pollard. That's my big takeaway from this. He says that he's most like Ozzy. He's a physical monster when it comes to challenges, a major contributor around camp, a smart player and social threat. He is not a smart player. Ozzy is like the most overrated Survivor player ever. Aaron screams filthy casual to me, and I just don't think that there's any redeeming qualities here. Allison, what do you think about Aaron?
Everything that's wrong with him was why I picked him.
Of course.
I just giggled
Exactly.
and laughed out loud while I was reading it. And I'm just like, this douchebag is going to make it farther than he deserves. He'll be the one that pulls an idol on, who is that we were talking about? Poor Vince.
Yeah.
It'll be something like that.
But I could see him I could honestly see him being that personality type that he might bring in like some of these outliers like Vince. I don't think Vince is going to fit in very easily, kind of like Wendy. Wendy struggled. Vince is going to be a struggler with that, I think. And this guy is the one who will go, yeah, you know what? Come on over here, baby. I'll protect you.
Yeah.
I like the comments in the chat that are saying that he's a Jackson Mickey all over again.
Yeah.
So
No, I don't think so because I did look up his name and I did not see any arrest warrants. I did not see any arrest records.
So casting.
Have we heard about his mother?
Right.
He mentioned his dad and his son, but he did not bring up his mother.
Is there watermelon growing on the island?
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely he's a douche. I know he's a douche, but I think he's a douche with a heart.
I hope so, but I don't have high hopes. Allison, you have the next two picks, so go ahead and give us your number 3.
Well, I'm only left with this one for my 3 because you bitches have taken pretty much everybody I was going after. Okay, so my number 3 is Karishma Patel.
Houston!
Yeah.
All right, Allison, why is Karishma winning the season?
Listen, I'm feeling a little Jess from BB21 here, but I feel like
That's a good thing.
this is this is who we should have gotten on Big Brother 21. I feel like she's a smarter version. She's of Jess. She's a freaking she's the other personal injury lawyer. I love lawyers. They know how to talk. So that was a big seller for me.
They do.
I really loved her pet peeves. She doesn't like party poopers, girls who play dumb for attention, when the tire hits the curb while parallel parking, mansplaining, passive aggressive behavior, and PDA. I'm right there with you. All of it. I don't really know what mansplaining is. What is that?
It's men who talk down to women. Look it up and you'll see Jackson. You'll see Jackson's picture next to it.
Yeah, I just really liked.
My picture's like 3 down though, so I can't say much.
She's
No.
terrified of alligators. She feels like she was born to play this game. look, this is what you guys left me with. So stop bitching.
I worry that Karishma is that person that won't be able to bite her tongue when things are driving her nuts. I feel like she's a very intense person. I think that she's very intelligent. She could be very strategy heavy, but I think socially is where she's going to be lacking and will get herself in trouble. Like I'm thinking almost like a Natalie from David versus Goliath. That's kind of the trajectory I see for her. Hopefully she takes her jacket with her is my advice.
What is that, Natalie Anderson?
No,
Can I have
Natalie.
your jacket?
Because she
Napalm
said,
Nat.
because she says she
Napalm Nat.
She feels like she's most like Natalie Anderson.
Wrong, Natalie.
So here's where I'm at. Okay, H-Town, I'm gonna represent. Like, let's go, H-Town, Houston, cool. But we all say we like lawyers. Just because you're a lawyer doesn't mean you're a good one. I get more of sorority sister party vibes from this girl. And so I don't know how well that's going to relate. I mean, she's 37, but I'm just getting all of that. I will say, and I think that y'all will all agree with me, we didn't really talk about the cast as a whole. This is a very ethnic, colorful, very, I love the multicultural in this cast.
Yeah.
And I
It
think
really is.
that's going to be an interesting part to see play because I think there's a lot of different options and situations here that are going to really come into play. So I agree with her being a 3rd round pick. I wouldn't put her very high, but I also wouldn't put her very low. It's just going to all depend on how she can handle herself.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, Allison, you get the next pick as well. So go ahead and tell us which dumpster fire contestant you will pick next.
The next dumpster fire that I'm going to pick is Tommy Sheehan.
Okay, that's a good pick.
Thank you. I'm trying not to cheat. I could be moving these people around, but I'm trying to be honest. Okay? Maybe I'm not doing this right.
You don't have to stick to your list. Like you can.
I don't?
No, it's whoever you want to pick. Go for it.
Okay, so listen, I picked him for number 4. He's from Bayville, New York City. He's a 4th grade teacher. I like teachers. He's into surfing, sports, and asking questions to my magic 8-ball, which I really love because I love 8-balls. His pet peeves: I hate bullies who think they are better than everyone else and talk down to others. I hate that too. I also cannot stand grumpy and serious people. I'm right there with you. Lighten up. Life is amazing. Let me see that smile. Well, fuck that. But anyway, I think that there's something about teachers. They have a certain kind of patience and a way to maneuver with children that they can use that technique on adults as well. Like they might be able to put out fires when people are coming at them. They might be able to put out fires when people are coming for them. And I feel like he's going to find an idol. What's one thing we wouldn't know from seeing a photo of you? I have the biggest heart. I love people and would do anything to help them, especially kids. Okay, wrong. You scream it from the hilltop. I mean, he really. Plus, he says he's most like David Wright. I liked David Wright. I feel like he's going to prove a lot. I think he's going to pull through and amaze himself. What's his major motivation for being on the Survivor? I am on the show to do something most people dream about. I'm there to win the game and get the $1 million. Those are my only motivations. If I happen to make people smile and help them escape. Listen, here's the thing. This happy shit is going to have to die real quick. Okay, I get it, but no bueno. He says he's physical because, he surfs. And he does sports. And, people who surf and do sports talk to magic 8-balls. Probably not the same kind of 8-balls that, he's shaking. But, I just like him. I got a good feeling about him.
Yeah, I don't see any glaring weaknesses to Tommy. He says that he's gonna really put himself out there and find idols, which is always a good thing in modern Survivor. Just ask Rick Devens about that. But it's a little weird to me that he says that he wants Davey's social game. Did Davey really have that great of a social game? And Amanda Kimmel's likability, that's even stranger considering Amanda Kimmel lost final tribal twice. So
Because she wasn't likable.
right, exactly. So at least he's like a fan of the game. Like Amanda Kimmel is a deep cut reference these days, but I just question his taste in players a little bit. But I think that he will do relatively well. I think that he'll make merge. I don't think that he'll make a late merge, but I can see him sticking around for a little bit.
Nobody mentioned the really killer Disney coffee mug collection.
I mean,
What
I
did
throw
I
that
say? How did I
information.
miss that? What are you talking about?
What accomplishments are you most proud of? I'm proud of all the children's lives I've changed teaching. Also, I have a really killer Disney coffee mug collection.
Oh, that's yeah. This guy's winning. Why wouldn't he?
Alrighty. Well, Kim has,
what do you think of Tommy?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Kim, what do you think?
He was not high on my list at all. Mainly because I'm sorry, I think he's a little bit of a wuss with his Disney coffee mug collection. And I think he's going to get his ass kicked on a beach. I just do. I think he's going to be early out. I think he's going to be our male crier.
I love it.
What?
I hope so.
The ugly cry or feel bad for him?
He's going to be an ugly crier.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
All right,
Completely.
Kim. So Kim, you have the next pick here. So who's going to win the season of Survivor out of the remaining people that we have?
Well, my fourth pick is probably the one who's going to kick his ass on the beach, which would be Molly Byman.
Oh, that was one of mine. Good call.
Okay.
I love Molly. Molly is smart. She's athletic. She's a runner and skier and biker and hiker, but she reads and plays board games. So she's got to have some sort of strategy going on there. She's the total package, and her pet peeves. She hates slow walkers, slow talkers. So okay, Jessica, BB21,
yeah,
would have probably killed her internally, but that's a whole nother thing. And she hates rule breakers. So yeah, there's another one. And what I love here is the assumption, her biggest pet peeve, one of them is the assumption that men and women cannot be platonic friends.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love that. So then again, she also believes that heavy breathing's another pet peeve for her. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That could kill her out on the bamboo bed.
Yeah.
Um,
Who's
God, we're a
breathing?
sick bunch.
Stop it.
What I really like about Molly is she's a really big fan of this game. You know, she mentions, I've wanted to compete on Survivor since I first watched Elizabeth Filarski jump off that cliff in the Australian outback. Now that's happening to me. I keep reminding myself that the show is for money and not just an adventure. I want a behind-the-scenes look at the show I love, and I want to test my mind, body, and social prowess. She's also another teacher, so we have that kind of a teachers alliance that could be brewing as well. What, Kim?
She's a former teacher.
Okay.
She's a former teacher.
Still.
She's a law student. So she's got the qualities of those personal injury lawyers without having chased ambulances yet. She's not quite jaded. But I think the biggest thing on hers when I was reading through this, excuse me, is she's the oldest of 4, and she's also the oldest of 13 cousins.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Wow.
That's which means she's had that responsibility and leadership role within her family unit. And I think that's totally going to transition right into Survivor.
Andrew, what do you think about Molly?
She was going to be one of my next pick options. I think she's going to be a interesting person. I feel like she won't have much of a story. I feel like she's going to kind of be possibly a floater kind of person, almost like when I look at her, I think her and Kelly Kim are kind of in the same boat as far as that. And
hell no. Oh hell no. She's gonna be kicking that guy's ass on the beach. I think she's going to be she is going to be that oldest sibling leadership role.
I'm getting Jerry Manthe vibes.
Ooh, that's
Oh
a
my
good one.
God.
Good reference. Allison, what do you think?
I'll be honest with you, she didn't really do anything for me when I was reading her deal. Didn't really do anything for me. I like what Kim said about the leadership thing, though. I could definitely see that. I just don't want her to talk about herself too much.
Yeah.
I feel like that might, I don't know.
All right, Andrew, we have you have the next pick here. So go ahead and give us your fourth pick.
I feel like we're getting down to the bottom,
Yes.
which is a fair assumption. So it's kind of like a who of the bottom do you think is going to be the best?
Yes.
I'm going to go with who I am calling my Big Tom pick of the season, Elaine Stott.
All right, why is Elaine winning the season of Survivor?
Kim, are you agreeing with me on this pick?
Give me a break.
No.
No?
No. No.
Winning Survivor.
She's not winning Survivor.
It's
Why is
Reem
Elaine the
2.0.
next Kim Spradlin?
Okay, first off, she likes hunting, fishing, loving every day. I mean, I'm getting that vibe here. Four-wheeling, fishing, taking my boat to the lake. She's a country girl, 100%. Guys who don't think women are equal is a pet peeve. Girls who think they need to get their body to get ahead, and people who think their shit don't stink. So I like that she's going to be kind of out there. I think she's going to be really kind of go-getter, stubborn and kind as this godmother. And then again, Rupert, she says she is big and rough and raw on the outside, but a marshmallow on the inside. I mean, realistically, I don't think she's going to be the winner pick, but I don't think she's going to be an early boot. I think she's someone that's going to be either really right before merge or right after merge.
Oh, I think at best she's going to be like Sam from Big Brother 20 in terms of her personality. I really could see her being the first boot if she has like a Deb Eaton type of Survivor Australia type of just rubbing people the wrong way on the tribe. And anybody that fangirls over Rupert clearly doesn't understand the strategy of the game. I can't even count that high in terms of like how many times Rupert was wrong in all of his seasons about literally everything, even including like how to make a shelter. I don't
including the Amazing Race.
God, he was, yes, exactly.
He didn't even make the right decisions there. Poor Rupert, bless his heart.
Basically, like, just ask yourself on Survivor, what would Rupert do? And then do the opposite, and that's the right move. I'm not really high on Elaine. I don't think she's long for the Survivor world. I think she will be an entertaining character. I think, we were doing impressions of Reem from last season. I think she'll be the new Reem in terms of sound bits that will keep the show funny and light for us.
I put her as a better Elizabeth Olsen.
I could see the Elizabeth Olsen part.
Okay.
I don't know about better, but I could see the Elizabeth Olsen part.
Allison, what do you think?
I just, what's one thing we wouldn't know from seeing a photo of you? People think I'm a real hard ass, but I'm actually a big softie. If you have to talk about how you're a hard ass, you're not going to, if she makes it past episode
Hold on. Sam Smith put a tattoo on his arm to try to make himself look like a hard ass.
Okay. Well,
I know, but look at her
tattoo
picture.
on my arm too. I don't sit around going, I'm a hard ass. She ain't gonna
look at her picture. She doesn't look like a hard ass. So why would we think that?
She makes it past episode 2. I'll be
shocked.
She's gonna find a fake ass idol.
All right.
Somebody's going to give her a fake idol. Or she's going to try to make one. Anyone who say people who think their shit don't stink. Okay. Next.
Alrighty. Well, so to be fair for this last round, I'm not going to pick twice. I'm going to pick just once. And then I believe that will mean whoever is left over last will be my last pick. So how
chivalrous of you, Tyler.
Oh, thank you, Tyler.
I was just gonna say that. What a guy.
I mean, I can.
What a guy.
I can pick both if you guys want me to. But
Hush up, no.
so
No, but
my fourth pick is going to be Elizabeth. She is an Olympic medalist. She says her age is 26, but she looks like 40 in her picture.
Well, that hair is so 80s. I don't know what's happening.
So I'm really not sure what's going on there. But we had an Olympic swimmer win on Australian Survivor, Champions versus Contenders. This cast overall is very athletic, and I feel like that's because of the success of Survivor, Champions versus Contenders. And I could see Elizabeth doing well with this pretty athletic group of people here. She was the youngest member of the U.S. Olympics team in 2018 at 15 years old, which is very impressive. I don't think that she's a big fan of this show. I think that she's probably recruited, which is okay. We see some recruits that still do a good job and pick up the game pretty fast. The Survivor contestant she says she's most like is Kara from David versus Goliath, which really isn't anything to go home about, in my opinion. Her exuberant personality and positivity attitude reminds me of myself. She says that she's physically, mentally, socially strong. She can easily connect with people, but like literally everybody in this cast says, "Oh, I can connect to people easily."
I have such a good social game.
Right, exactly. So, I think like just merely because of her swimming skills, I don't think that she's going to be targeted like one of the first people. She's going to be a really good person in these challenges starting off the gate. I just wonder if she has like the social skills to really make it through. So we'll see. What do you guys think about Elizabeth?
no.
No, I don't get it.
I think she's potentially. I think she's potentially going to be the first boot.
Wow.
Did you watch her video?
I don't know.
No, I didn't.
I didn't see videos.
She is like she's on something. She's on some sort of puppy uppers because she's like, and I love to bounce out of bed and say good morning to everybody. And I'm thinking, bitch, they are going to eat you alive out there. She also never won a gold medal, so she's not the best. And I think her personality is so, she's female Tommy. That's what she is.
Yeah, I don't want.
So imagine female Tommy in Survivor.
Tommy from the season or Big Brother Tommy?
Big Brother Tommy.
Tyler, I think it's a
Timmy.
good pick.
What's that?
I think it's a good pick. I like the fact that she also plays the violin. So that brings in the intelligence a little more for me too. The memorization, I think she's going to be kind of social. The only fear that I have is this young. Young seems to be different this season. And so it's not going to be as much as the old meshing with the young as the young meshing with the old. So how is that going to be able to play? That's my only kind of fear for her.
I see a collage of her yak, 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 and people walking off and rolling their eyes and somebody going, she will not shut up. Okay.
That's funny you mentioned that, Allison, because I could see that same montage for you on Survivor.
Kiss my ass. And you know what? I would have earned it, but I would have earned it. But I just feel like she will not shut up. Yes, you were the Olympics. Like I can just no.
Although she said she's not going to tell them that she's an Olympian.
I don't know how long that.
I don't like people who use the word gregarious.
Alrighty, so next we have Andrew. So go ahead and give us your last pick, Andrew.
My last pick, and I only have one sentence to say as to why I'm picking this person.
Okay.
Is going to be Dan Spilo.
Ooh.
He cried at finding Nemo.
That's it. That's enough. I get it.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
How's he going to survive when fish and rice are pretty much what are going to sustain you?
He did not say what part he cried at finding Nemo. It might not have been the death of the fish. It could have been the fact that he got separated from his father. It could have been the fact that it could have been a lot of different things. But the dude knows how to speak whale because he watched Finding Nemo and he's gonna rock the game. I'm gonna.
He says that his surviving contestant he's most like is Bob Crowley. Yeah, he's a winner, but not the best winner. I feel like there's definitely better survivor role models that you could base your game after.
But he uses Cochran too because he's freaking cool and weird. I get this goofy, just kind of fun to be around vibe from Dan. I get this kind of dad vibe from Dan. I just kind of get this, everybody's gonna want to be around him. His biggest accomplishment is raising 2 loving and considerate boys, a deep, long marriage. I just get this good guy impression from Dan, and I think that will be something that he can use in the game.
I have a feeling that he's gonna rub people the wrong way. He's gonna, because listen, if you look at the bottom, it says, why do you think you'll survive Survivor? I think I have the basic, if not superior, physicality to be useful to the tribe. More importantly, I have an incredible ability to know what people need and to make them feel good and to make myself critical in their success. I mean, I don't know.
Kim, did you cry during Finding Nemo?
I cried when the popcorn line got too long, but that was about it.
I've never seen it.
What? Really?
Allison, you have never seen Finding Nemo.
Nope.
Okay, I really loved Finding Nemo, mainly because Dory cracked me up. But no, I didn't cry during Finding Nemo. I'm a heartless bitch, so don't base it on me.
Now, to be fair, he says he is a talent manager, which makes me think he does do celebrities. And he said that he's reminded that he cried at Finding Nemo from his first client. So there might be more backstory there that we're not completely giving.
He respects EQ as much as IQ. Shut up. No. What the fuck? Get out of here.
All right. Well, Kim,
throw letters at me.
Kim, let's hear who your last pick is. Let's see.
For my last pick, I have decided to go with a female that I think is going to be in a leadership role out there. And I think she's going to kick ass. And I think her age has nothing to do with it. I am taking Janet Corbin.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go with Lauren. Okay. So
no.
Tell us why is Janet the winner of Survivor 39?
Because she's got the swimming ability as the young Olympian without the ego and the attitude. She's a lifesaver. Okay, she's a lifeguard, but she's a lifesaver.
I gotta bounce, guys. I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Andrew.
Ooh. Is it time?
Expecting a baby, y'all. He's expecting a baby. So.
Oh, I hope it's time.
Okay.
Something's happening.
Let's
anyway.
wish him luck and congratulations if that's the.
Oh my God. I'm so excited. Courtney, breathe, girl. Oh my God. Anyway, I love her.
About the death of Survivor here. So we can talk about the birth of an amazing, is it a boy or girl? Do we know?
The girl named Bria.
Little girl, and her name is Bria. And anyway, I love that she describes herself as aggressive, enthusiastic, and vivacious. So I think that's going to allow her to get in with those 30-somethings and maybe form some bonds in there. Her inspiration for life, Tina Turner, she walked out and made no excuses and made it big.
Yep.
That's a good inspiration. That's huge. And what's her primary reason? Because it's her dream. She's a big Survivor fan. It's her dream and for the money. And when you're playing for the money, you ignore the rest of the bullshit.
Yep.
I think even though she's my last pick, and even though she is the second oldest, that she is going to do well. I think she'll do really well, in fact.
I think what worries me about her is her, 3 words to describe her: aggressive, enthusiastic, and vivacious. Like I said before about, gosh, I forget who, but not being able to stop, bite their tongue and avoid confrontation. I mentioned Deb from Survivor Australia, the first boot of the second season of Survivor. I could see that being the case with Janet as well. That word aggressive, and that's the first word she uses to describe herself. That's a little that worries me a lot. What I do like is that she is a fan of the show, because she mentions she's most like Stephanie LaGrossa, one of my favorite Survivor players ever. What a boss ass bitch.
Agree.
So that's a point in her favor. Allison, what do you think about Janet Carbon?
2 words.
Oh boy, first boot.
Medivac.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Hell no.
I see a medivac. I see an injury.
No, I don't
Yes.
think so.
Something's
I don't
going to
think so.
happen. Something's going to happen with her. I feel it.
Ooh.
Alrighty. Well,
Which-
Allison, you have the last pick of the evening, so whoever you do not pick will go into my draft. So just to recap, we have left, we have Tom and Lauren. So go ahead, Allison, give us your pick. Who is the last person on your team, and why are they going to win Survivor?
My final pick is Tom Laidlaw.
God. Okay.
Thank you. That's who I was going to pick if I didn't take Janet, because I wavered on those 2.
He's a former NHL player, and one of the reasons is I think I promised War Dog I would pick. I think this is the Chief, as he referred to him. So
Yes.
So I picked him, but I did read pet peeves: people driving fast in the slow lane. I'm sorry, people driving slow in the fast lane. 3 words to describe yourself: disciplined, dedicated, and stubborn. The stubborn part can be I hate to say this, but an older gentleman that make it on this show, the stubbornness kills you.
Yeah, that's stick in the mud mentality.
That stick in the mud, that kind of needy. You're older. Okay, look, I'm older. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. Let's just do this. Let's just get this shelter built. Let's just do this, get it done, get it done.
You mean like Rudy?
Did I like Rudy?
I said no. You mean like Rudy?
Yeah.
Who came in second?
Listen,
No.
Kim. I'm just
Third.
going with what I've got. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not a I'm not a professional like you. I'm just saying. I feel that he's not going to last very long. I feel he's going to go pre-merge. What the picture thing? What's one thing you wouldn't know from looking at a photo of you? I don't like heights. Well, shit, honey, you're going to be up high a couple of times, But that's all I've really got. I promised War Dog I would pick the Chief, and that's it.
One thing I want to point out about Tom is he is the first Canadian cast on Survivor, which is a big milestone for the show, and I'm glad that they finally opened up the Canadians to take part in casting for this great show. Unfortunately, I don't think Tom is very long for this game. I think that he's really going to assert himself as the alpha male of this season of Survivor, in terms of just bossing everyone around and saying it's my way, no highway option. I could really see a group of people getting together and saying, like, why does Tom think that he's in charge of everything?
Right.
Let's get him out. His bio is very short. He just gives he just answers the question. He doesn't elaborate or anything like that. And I think that that's very indicative of the personality that we will probably see out of him. He's just going to be very stern, just by the books, by the rules. And he's probably really going to focus on the survival aspect. He's going to take over building that shelter. It.
Yeah, for sure.
More than likely.
Yeah.
He'll probably use his ice skate to cut the bamboo.
Yeah. And of course, he says that the contestant he's most like is Ben, which is a big strike against him as well for me.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I am glad that Allison picked Tom, because I'm glad to have Lauren as my last pick here for Survivor 39. So she is a nanny in California. She I like this answer a lot. Which Survivor contestant are you most like? Troyzan, because we're both hot. I think that's very funny because I don't consider Troyzan hot at all. But she also mentions Sari because she's the best social player to date. And I also like to think of myself as a gangsta in an Oprah suit. And last but certainly not least, Sandra, because I have no problem being cutthroat to make power plays to enhance my individual game. The queen stays queen. Between Lauren and Tom, I got to say that Lauren has the better potential to at least try to make big moves, make big strategy plays, and do something to better herself and her situation, her positioning in this game, where I don't see Tom really realizing like any of like deep strategic moves or positions or power plays in this game. I believe she also said that she's going to be looking for idols as well. And she plans to be the second Black woman to win this game, hands down. So I like that tenacity. I like that just motivation to win. It reminds me of Chelsea, the first pick that I had. She's very hungry for the win, and I always like to see that in these Survivor players.
Well, this is what gets me. Speaking of hungry, she can eat an entire bag of hot Cheetos in one sitting. But listen, she can eat an entire bag of hot Cheetos in one sitting while binge watching true crime shows, laughing at my own jokes, writing, blogging, all of this stuff that is non-physical. And that is what scares me, is it's easy to sit on your couch and eat and watch these shows and go, I could do that. But it's a completely different scenario when you're out there. But then I think about Sari.
Think about Sandra.
Oh, yeah. And Sari, who said, I was on the couch and not doing anything productive, and now here I am. And so I'm just hoping that she can Sari us.
Yeah, I hope so too. That's certainly the upside to Lauren, and I think that if Lauren does get to get some advice from Sandra in the game, I think that'll really benefit her, because Sandra can really tell her, like, you don't have to be a physical beast to really socially and strategically maneuver yourself in this game. So I'm very very excited to see Lauren here. Kim, any last thoughts about Lauren?
I liked her personality. I think she's sassy and a little spunky, but not quite over the top spunky. I think she's actually, depending on how she performs in camp and how she performs in the challenges, if she does decent, she doesn't even have to be great at it, but if she does decent, I could see her being probably endgame of Tribe or early boot in Merge.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see her landing somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Well, we shall see, but that is our draft. I'm going to tweet out this picture, and I'm going to save it just for reference so we can see who's taking the lead as the season's going on. I'm very excited about this. I think all of us have really great teams. Very good cast. I like them. This, of course, is the first cast by another casting crew because Lynn Spillman was let go after last season. She's been casting since the very beginning, like season 1. So I'm very interested to see how this new casting formula, quote unquote, is going to take us in hopefully a new direction. And hopefully this will inspire CBS to clean house with other casting crews for other shows, not mentioning any names, Big Brother. But we shall see. So any last thoughts about the season, you guys?
Well, do we know how the Island of Idols is going to work?
Yeah, so they have Jeff Probst has confirmed, and also Josh Wigler and Mike Bloom. They have all gone on record saying this is not a Big Brother 14 situation where they're going to be coaches until they ultimately enter the game. They are not playing the entire season, and I believe that to be true because we are going to see both Rob and Sandra play on next season, the all-winner season. Right. So I don't see them having those two players play back-to-back. That would really put them at a disadvantage, considering just like the sheer malnourishment. So I think that we'll just get a little taste of some of our favorite players. So,
well, I'm excited.
I agree.
I love Sandra and I love Rob. So,
You know what? I'm actually really excited for this season, considering I was sitting back going, why are we even having a 39? Can we just get to 40 already?
Yeah.
But once they drop the cast here, I really like the diversity.
Yes.
I like the age. The age range goes from 23 or 24 is the youngest up to 60 with Tom. So I love the age range. The diversity is not just black and white. It's black and white and brown and pink, and they've got every color going on in there, which is incredible, because nothing bothers me more than seeing, okay, we're going to cast one black male and one black female. No, that is not what happened here.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I'm really excited about it. I wasn't until I saw the cast drop, and then I was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that you're right on the money, Kim, with saying, a lot of people are, myself included, are just saying, like, let's get past this season to get to what will be an amazing season 40. But hopefully that doesn't ring true, and we get a really, really great season. And I'm very curious to see more in depth, like how Rob and Sandra's roles are going to work in this season. But all good things ahead, especially considering just the total crap we're dealing with in Big Brother right now. So this will be a nice fresh of breath of fresh air.
A nice brush of fresh air. So what I really, honey, did not miss that one. What really excites me about this, with new casting and with it being a lead-in, I mean, we knew the cast of season 40 before 39.
Yeah.
So I have the feeling that this casting team had a very, very high bar to set. And if they did not hit that mark, I'd be surprised if we'd be seeing 39 this way.
Mm-hmm.
I just have the feeling from point A to point B and everything in between that they're going to hit it out of the park. I think it's going to be a great season.
Yeah. I cannot wait for Wednesday, and Thursday, and it is Wednesday. I cannot wait for Wednesday, and it has nothing to do with the Big Brother finale. I'm just going to say, and that's all I'm going to say about it. It's all about Survivor for me. Don't even care. Don't care.
Robin Cass tweeted out either today or yesterday. She was like, audition now for Big Brother 22. You guys have to look at just like all of the
responses.
Oh my God. It is. I'm embarrassed.
Maybe we should read.
I read a bunch of them. I read a bunch of them this morning, and I was like, oh my God, and it wouldn't be funny if it weren't true. That's the bad thing.
I need to go look it up, and maybe I'll screen grab some and we can read them on, because listen, guys, we'll be back Wednesday for the Survivor premiere / Big Brother finale. How we're going to do it is we are going to address the Big Brother finale. I'm giving it 5 minutes, and that's being generous. We will probably spend 4 minutes and 30 seconds reading the replies to Robin Cass tweets. And then we're going to dive right into the premiere of Survivor. Yeah. That's it. Okay. And that'll be at 11:10 Central Wednesday evening. I want to thank everyone for watching. Please subscribe to my weekly meltdown on YouTube, and please follow me on Twitter at Summers SOMMERS 1977, and I'm on Instagram the.memphis.darling. And I got a message from Andrew. She is not in labor. She came home from work and she's just uncomfortable and ready for the baby to come out. So they're going to the doctor at 8:30 tomorrow morning, and I'm telling you, in 24 hours we won't be talking about the baby.
Let's hope for just a smooth sailing for them, and wishing them congratulations again to a new addition to the family. We're all very, very happy for them.
Yes, and thank you everyone in the chat for hanging in there with us tonight. You can find Kim and Tyler, their handles in the window. You can see at Kim Mattina and at Tyler Lyons. And I think that's it. That's
Yeah.
I think so too. I'm
Okay.
tweeting out the picture now.
Okay.
And
Guys,
I'm gonna put on the feeds for a few minutes because I keep hoping against hope that somehow Holly snaps out of it and goes, it's not like he's handing me a ring when we walk out of here. I need to get the money for me, not for him.
I wouldn't hold your
And
breath.
Gonna happen. Yeah,
I want her to win part 3 and take Nicole.
it's not going to happen.
Even if Nicole ends up in second,
Yeah,
I just want to see Holly snap out of it.
me too.
Yeah,
Seriously, 100%.
that's- It's like, girl, do you honestly think he's going to hand you a ring coming out of here? His mama ain't going to even let him text you.
You guys will be done by Halloween, if at all.
If that.
If that.
So anyway, okay, I've got to go and find out what my key, what do I have to find? Oh, my network security key.
Okay.
It's not the number that's on the side of my router. So
Okay.
I've got to figure out how to find it.
We'll see you Wednesday. Are you doing Wednesday's eviction? I can't even remember. I don't know who's doing it.
I am.
You're not coming on Wednesday?
No, I wasn't asked to, but I can't.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I won't get home till pretty late on Wednesday. So
Okay.
Well, that's fine.
yeah, okay.
All right, guys. Well, have a good
I'll
evening,
miss you.
everybody.
Okay, thank you guys.
All right. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.
Okay, I think we're